Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning, GA. Good afternoon. Good evening, GE. We'll give them all good night if you're just going to bed. I don't know. I don't care. You might be coming from some other part of the world, and I appreciate you for doing so. Welcome to the breakfast table. This is Web3 Breakfast. My name is JChains. We are going to have a fun show today, I assume. The markets are taking a shit again, but that's okay. They're just opportunities, guys. These are opportunities. They're the silver lining of a terrible situation is the fact that crypto gives you opportunities, and today is one of those days. And so we will we'll take a look at some of the stuff in the market. KT, let me bring you on up here. Guys, if you want to be a part of the conversation, don't be shy. Get on up here. Raise your hand. If you are watching the show, guys, thank you so much if you're watching the live stream. Smash the like, hit the heart, do the things that you got to do to reward yourself for being here. You could be anywhere. You could be doing anything, but you are here hanging out with us, so I appreciate that. And so give yourself a pat on the back by smashing the like. Also, we do have a X space going at the same time. I will bring that up on the screen so you guys can see that. Let's hit, nope, that's what I want there. All right, we're going to bring some of our friends on up here. So if you want to be a part, you're like, damn, that'd be cool. I want to be a part of this. All you got to do is come into the space, raise your hand, you can bring you up to the stage, and that's how we do it, baby. All right, Interlink, KT, Doom, and Neil so far taking the bait. Got him up on.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, hook, line, and sinker. What's up, James?
What's up, Doom? How are you, brother?
Dude, pretty good. Dude, it's fucking cold, dude.
Don't like it.
I'm assuming you get the same weather as I do, because we're kind of like, if you're near the Atlanta, Georgia, Louisiana, I think we're in like the same weather plane.
Yeah, it was like,
you know what I mean?
Like 24 on the drive into the studio this morning. It was 24 degrees. I posted something this morning on my Twitter that I do not wish a cold toilet seat on any of my worst enemies, and that's what I had today, was a cold toilet seat inside the house. Even though we had the heat running, that seat was fucking ice cold, and I hate that shit more than anything. So it's time to think about going further south, like near the
It's not that cold.
Hey, it's all relative. Cheeks are sensitive, man. Those butt cheeks are sensitive, and those inner thighs, man, that shit's sensitivo.
They're supposed to get bad in the next 2 days. Yeah, compared to up north, no, it's not cold. But for us, like down south, you're not like prepared for it. Like, we're supposed to get ice here on Friday. You know what I mean? Like, our houses down here, like, I grew up in Ohio until I joined the military, right? So, like, you know, insulated houses, everything's dug below the frost line. Down here, dude, water pipes freeze and shit. Like, lines fucking bust, all that fucking dumb shit, dude. People lose their minds on the roads, dude. Like, you get a powdering of snow, you got people fucking swerving on the fucking bridges and shit.
Well, you know, like, so, there's the infrastructure is not set up for it. Like, you know, we don't have plows and all that stuff because we don't get the snow. So, like, we're expecting, I think between Friday and Saturday, we're expecting like 3 inches of snow or something like that. Like, it's gonna shut down the city because nobody can fucking move because there's no plows to get rid of that. Like, we don't have salt trucks, we don't have that shit because we don't need it except for once in a blue moon.
Exactly.
Wow. I lived in Oklahoma for a long time, but I'm up by Boston now. 3 inches, that's generally, we're still sending kids to school in the school buses.
Oh yeah. I mean, same thing with Doom. I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. So, like, I know what cold is. Like, I've done that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was, you know, soon as I was able to, I left because I hate that shit. So, like, I lived that. Like, I'm very well versed in cold weather, and I just despise it with a passion, man. So the 10 years of living in Austin turned me into a lizard, right? I would rather be baking in the sun. I'd rather be sweating my ass off than being cold, man. There is nothing worse than being cold.
So if anybody out there wants to have some real fun down in the South where they're not ready for it, go find a sled and just start sledding down the roads that are blocked, because they're smooth and you can get some good speed. Just don't crash into a car.
Yeah, I will PSA your advice and say, don't do that. Don't even try that.
Hey man, you don't have to move. You just gotta buy a new toilet seat. Like, you gotta hit one of these crypto coins real good and go get you a heated toilet seat.
Oh man, no, it's not that simple. I promise you. While as that's a quick solution that solves like this winter's problem. Winter, it feel like, last winter here in Georgia, North Georgia, where we're at, I'm like 30 minutes north of Atlanta, right? It was brutal. It was so cold, and it was just late into the season it was cold, and I just not, wasn't a fan of that. So I think the whole idea of let's hit one of these shitters, let's hit it and make it big, and then we get a crib somewhere like in the Caribbean. There we go. That will be the Web3 Breakfast Caribbean. If that makes any sense to you guys, and then that'll be our little hangout spot. We'll all just go down there, because in this way everyone can go. Like, people who are can't travel out of their particular country to this country or whatever are still welcome to join us in the Caribbean at the crib.
For me, it's not whether or not it's cold, it's the temperature swing. So like a week and a half ago it was 85 degrees and sunny, and then this week it's average 34 degrees and cloudy all for like a week and a half now. It's crazy.
I tell you what, Volmer just put on the chat on YouTube. They get 4 feet of snow all the time in one day. We just call that a Tuesday. Like, like for me, like if I was out in like Breckenridge snowboarding and we got 4 feet of snow, that'd be awesome. Like that would be amazing, right? If I'm situationally there in it, I've got the right clothes, but it's just, I wouldn't want that for my everyday life. That wouldn't be it for me at this point, right? Like when I was younger, sure. Like I was the guy, like in high school, I was that idiot going out in the winter in like shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, this isn't cold. I was kind of a meathead. Like this is whatever, like, and then sometimes, like, I'll tell you what, a few years ago, even when I was young, there's no way I would have done this because that would have been dangerous. I went back to Chicago for a holiday, and it was this thing called the polar vortex was coming through, and it was like 45 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. Like, what? That's, you try to go out there, you try to take one breath, and like your chest hurt. You're like, no, get me inside. You're like your eyeballs would freeze in a second.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw, somebody posted up yesterday a review of the first day of CES with all the new tech.
Oh, yeah.
Some company just unleashed, and I'm using the word unleashed on purpose, this new toilet that is just insane, which has your heated seat. It's freaking phenomenal. Totally automated. I think it's even AI driven. It's got lights. It moves on its own. You just step on it and it does all. It's just cool as hell.
It moves. How does it move on its own? It's a toilet.
Like
it's
the lid.
Stay there because of the plumbing,
it's got the lid like comes up all by automatically, and it moves and does all kinds of cool stuff.
All right. Hey.
And the next post down from CES was the new transparent LCD that you can put on the other side of the bathroom wall, so you can watch the stocks or watch your bags go up and down while you're sitting there getting the job done.
So that, listen, I think there's actually some pretty good merit to what you just said there. And so something that I've been thinking about is when we find the house that we want to buy and interest rates are good and all that kind of shit, maybe it's a good time to be a homeowner again. Think about all that kind of stuff. And there is that thought in my mind. I love this whole idea of, I want to make sure that there is, if I'm building a house, then I'll design it, right? We've done that before, but if we're just buying a house, like, I want to make sure that like maybe there's a bedroom behind the master bathroom or one of the bathrooms, right? So that you know that you've got access to that water source where that bathroom is, but then you put a double-sided TV screen computer setup, so that when you are in your master bathroom, you still can have a screen there. And like with Apple, like I could stash like in a little thing, like a keyboard and a mouse pad, right? And then when you go in there, you have access to the computer and everything. You just use your screen. And then this way you could keep charting, keep trading. You don't get out of the trenches even when you got to go do what you got to do. You know what I mean? You can just stay into the trenches and just become a bigger degen.
That does have merit.
Today's show should just be called Bad Advice. Terrible advice instead of crypto market dumps. But anyway.
So wouldn't having the screen in your bathroom with a keyboard in front of the toilet be a crypto market dump?
I suppose so. Anyway. Moving on. You're right.
Welcome to the
What's
show,
going on,
everybody.
Jay?
What's up, fam? How are you?
Not too bad. What's going on, everybody? We're talking about the Northeast and the weather and stuff that's going on. I put a picture in the comments of what I dealt with driving up in Northeast PA versus what I got to deal with in Florida now. And it's a funny little comparison.
Oh, yeah. The banana vehicle that's hilarious.
I was dying when I seen that. It was just one. It was like a banana limo, and some guy was on the phone all the way in the back seat by himself. I don't know if he was getting chauffeured around with it, but I heard there was. I guess it was on the Guinness Book of World Records or something. That car. It was funny to see, but yeah, glad to be up here. I always try and hop in when I can, but I'm always working, so I can't come up and talk. But today I got off, so I'm gonna make it a point to get up here.
Nice, man. Well, welcome. Glad you made the show, and happy Wednesday, happy hump day, as you will. We guys were halfway through the week. You know what I mean? So if we are working for the weekend, we got, and what's good, finally, because we had 2 in a row where Wednesday was a holiday, so it kind of, gave us the wamboozle on the week. But finally, we are back to business as usual. So it's just a normal Wednesday. So happy hump day, everybody. Halfway through, we've got today to get through, and I know today's just getting started for most people, so technically 3 days. But that's not how the brain works. For me, it's like, today's already started, so call it a quits, call it over already, because that's just how fast the day moves. And so we really only got 2 days till the weekend. You got 2 more days. So don't worry about today. It'll be over before you know it, and then we move on to tomorrow. So. And you know what that means? You know what tomorrow means is that it's pre pizza day. So today is like 2x pre pizza day. Just think about it that way. Just live in like terms of pizza day. Your life will improve significantly. You don't have to worry about the charts dumping. Let's just look at this really quick. And when I say look at it, I will share my screen for the folks who are watching the live stream. Let's see if we can get this on up there. There we go. Bitcoin 95.2. What do you guys think about that?
I want to know who's cutting the tires, who's slashing tires on BTC, man. What the fuck is the deal?
Why? Like what? Like where? Like why? Like is it the VC guys just saying, "Hey, you wanted to play"? Is it? I mean, yeah, who's calling the shots here to lower the price? And it's got to be. You saw, if anybody saw, I put out, we talked about it in the show a couple times. I've mentioned it several times about how I think the mass adoption thing's coming in 3 waves. I put out like a little short about that yesterday. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch that. Let me know what you think. What you guys think is going to be the most important part of that. But do we think it's institutional fuckers? Do we think it's nation states? Do we think it's them trying to get better entries? What's the thought process here on what's happening with the market? Because it sure as shit isn't retail. I don't know why anybody's paper handing their Bitcoin right now, or I guess everything else. If you look at the last 24 hours, the only thing that's up is SXP 6900, and it's like up 1.8%. Everything else, including USDT is hanging on strong at $1. But USDC has dropped down to 99.99. So, literally everything is down today, and down pretty good. I mean, you got a lot of things down double digits. Let's see, Hyperliquid is down 15%, Ondo down fucking 15%, 14.5%. You got Fetch down 14%. Cardano down 13, almost 14%, down to 97.5 cents, under $1. That's
I think the most interesting part of this is if you look, all of the coins dropped at the exact same time. Like I am in 100% agreement. It's not retail. There's no way the market drops like that all at the same time. Statistical probability of that is like 0 that happens, right? Unless there's some sort of manipulation or something that's taking place. And when I say manipulation, AI or whatever it is that's controlling all of the investments, the brokers or whoever they are controlling it and how they want to do it. The market makers, right? So that
I agree with you, brother, 100%. Crypto Cracker, nice to meet you, brother. You like that was one of the things I wanted to talk about that this morning is because you know that it's market manipulation. You know it 100%. You just want to figure where the fuck is this coming from, and whether it's by institutionally by people manipulating the price, or is this, yeah, like you said, artificial intelligence? Is this something where maybe something went out of whack, and then from there you get a lot of things that cascade, right? You get a lot of like predetermined orders that start getting filled, and things get triggered because price is starting to fall, kind of stuff that is out of control until somebody can I guess maintain it or until it levels off or whatever. But yeah, it's like this is supposed to be a fucking bull run. Why do we continue? And I know that, like, yeah, it's gone up majorly, and I'm excited to hear what Hash has to say. I see your hand now. Sorry. But at the end of the day, like you said, like everything is dropping like a rock so fast all at the same time. It's like, what did the Ondo people call the Solana people, and who got in touch with the XRP people, who got in touch with the whatever people? It's like, all right, fucking do it now. Sell. Nope, that's not it. Not it. Hash, my guy.
My guy, JChains. I like to go out in the snow in this getup that I have on my PFP today. This is my personal snowsuit. I'm also a little bit of a meathead, and I'm sorry for your cold butt this morning. That's just fucking what a terrible way to start the day.
It's not a good way to start your day.
Just awful. Not like a cold shower. That's good. Cold toilet. That's bad.
I absolutely agree with you 100%. You should always take a cold shower in the morning, and then you can warm it up towards the end, but you should take a cold shower in the morning. You should always take a warm shower at night. But it is one of the best things for, I think, your was it your respiration system or whatever, is to take that cold shower. It gets the thing fired up.
Yeah. Well, that's terrible. It's good for you, good for your brain or something. I don't know. I don't do it, but bless all you people who do. The market. Bro,
you're supposed to take a hot shot. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I think that you basically nailed it, right? It's liquidation levels. Now, as far as what causes that cascade of liquidation, because you're right, it's not like the fucking Ondo people are calling, the XRP people are calling, whoever it is. But there is some mechanic happening there, and it's the market makers, right? Are the AI market makers? Some of them are, from what I understand, but it's the market makers. And we've talked about this before. You're going to scoop it up and scoop it down and scoop it up, and sometimes that causes more of a wave. Everybody's sentiment going into the new year, retail was like, oh, when's this pump happening? When's this pump happening? And then it happened. Kind of, not really, but at the beginning of January, we had some like relief. And I think a lot of, not just retail, but and not institutions, but some of the larger players on the exchanges got caught with their fucking pants down. And the exchanges saw it, and they were like, sweet, we're going to make a little bit of a little dent here. And they liquidated $200 million out of the fucking ecosystem. And I think it's just that. I don't think anything different is happening now than ever before. It's just a fucking Wednesday, bro. It's just a fucking Wednesday.
You talk about, someone living out in the mountains, getting 4 feet, just being a Tuesday. This is something, you really, when you talk about it, you boil it down, and you act a little bit reasonable there, Hash. It helps you think like, all right, let's zoom out. Let's understand, what kind of things happen. What does this bring? And like, if you're in a leverage trade and you get smoked out, obviously you're more upset than someone who's probably spot holding, right? Because at this point, like, if you're in the game, it's a fucking opportunity, right? If you get smoked out on a trade, that blows, right? I got smoked out on a trade. I think a lot of people that I know did recently, and it is what it is. But that's what, like, that's the difference between how you can navigate the market. And like, again, like I don't advocate for you guys to start trading or anything, but it is a good way to build more of your spot bags. Now that we've had an event like this, like I feel like the liquidation event has happened. We're going to make another leg up. I mean, that's just kind of how the market moves at some point. Now we're just on borrowed time for when it happens. What's the catalyst? At this point, I think we got to wait for Trumpsky. What is the date today? Is it like the 7th or the 8th, 9th, something like that?
Next Monday, not this coming up Monday, following Monday.
I think we also need to prepare ourselves for a dump.
Another one.
As much as I love your optimism here,
I think it's just as
Because
likely.
it's because it's the exact opposite thing of what you expect to happen right now.
Yeah,
I
sell the
think it's
news.
like
Sell
the
fucking
news. Yeah.
news.
Yep, 100%. Exactly what I
Yeah.
was just gonna say. Sell the news.
We're
That's
still
how
up
the world works.
like 50% from
Yeah.
election day.
Well, and
So-
listen, it was last week. We were talking about, we got that CME level that goes down to like 77, which is only 16%. At that point, when we talked about it, we had 3 weeks. You slow bleed 5% a week. That's no big deal, right? Like that's really not a big deal, and you can like change some of the averages so you go a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever. But to hit that thing and close that gap around the time that Trump comes in, because a lot of people have been talking about, listen, this could not be the driver that you think it's going to be. This could be the buy the rumor, sell the news event. And when we get Trump in office, like you could see a big sell off. And I understand that, but I don't know. I just
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of, when you look at the Bitcoin chart, I mean, it shows the election day was November 5th. I mean, literally Bitcoin that's immediately when the spike happened, was when he was nominated, right? When the votes all came in. If you look at the chart down to the hour of that day, it's sort of crazy. So, I mean, everyone was jumping on board to Bitcoin because we know, he's pro crypto, right? So I think that's what was the big factor in the influencing of the price of Bitcoin. And if you look at the charts in the past, I mean, anytime you have an increase in price, you're going to have a correction territory. Like if you really break it down, right, this big correction we had yesterday, it shouldn't concern any of us, because if you look back on December 16th, when it came up and Bitcoin touched 108, we retraced back down to 92,000. I mean, that was a huge, I mean, of course that was over multiple days, right? But I mean, it's no different than if all of that takes place in one day or if it takes place over a week, right? So you have to remember it's a financial risk to invest at any point in crypto, or any investment for that matter, right? You have to be prepared for that. You have to have a plan in place for when that happens, right? So that way, when it does, you're not caught unaware. Because a lot of times we'll invest and we'll trade off our emotions. We have to learn to remove those emotions from our financial investments. And that's why you have to set a plan and follow that plan to remove your emotions, and you'll be better. You'll be a better trader.
Let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on the whole AI trading and like automated trading thing, like where you can take out that emotion, right? Where it probably goes strictly on fundamentals versus any kind of thing where, as you as a human saying, you can remove the greed where you're like, oh, I'm up 200%, go higher. And then all of a sudden it reverses on you and you lose it all, right? Like a robot or an automated process would not have made that decision, right? At some point, your trigger points go and you get out and you move on and it gets into another trade, yada, 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 right? What are your thoughts on the AI kind of, was it the AI agent trading stuff?
I mean, I haven't really dived into it too much. I mean, either way, those buy and sell orders, like even if it's being controlled by AI, there's someone that's inputting information to help the AI make those decisions, right? So really what the programmer, I guess, of the AI, or the developer of the AI, they're having to do something with this. And this is nothing new. I went through the crypto bull market back in 2020 through 2022. I mean, it was no different. All of the coins when I was trading, they all would go up and down like right around the same time and within a day. I mean, what we just seen is no different than what I experienced in 2020. Like that was my first real bull run. I lost a lot of money from mistakes, but I've learned through those mistakes, right? I've learned to control my emotions based on the plan that I've established, and you have to. I mean, you have to. Anyone that's in this, I'm telling you, anyone that's listening right now, you guys have to set a plan if you're getting into this market to trade. You have to find someone that you trust, that you can listen to, because if you don't, you're gonna fail. Majority of people that trade are going to lose money. It is a fact. A proven fact.
Yeah. Well, listen, you hit the nail on the head when you say you have to have a plan, and like that kind of, it's funny how that resonates with a lot of the other things that we say with setting our goals for life, right? Instead of doing resolutions, setting your goals, and like, you got to have a plan in order to actually see those goals come to fruition. And so it goes right along with the trading, man. And I had that same, you tell your story, and I laugh about it because like I had that same exact thing where, my trading education, my trading college course cost me a lot of money. It cost me the last bull run. But now moving into it, like, I am way more patient. Like, I wait for the trades. And sometimes, I'll hop into something waiting for it to reverse or whatever, and you get out quick if it doesn't go your direction or whatever. But like, I am way more patient with waiting for something to get into and the action to happen than, and I learned, obviously from that, and then sitting next to AJ and hearing him all the time talk about, don't guess with the market, react to things as they happen because you've predetermined, set your lines, and then all of a sudden you're reacting to your alerts versus, reacting to nothing. Part of the plan. Hash, my guy. I think that this is probably about the AI thing, and I'm really excited to hear about this because that's when your hand went out.
It's a doubleheader. Hey, this is the halfway point of the show, everybody. If you haven't retweeted, commented in the space, you should do that now to show those YouTube plebs that we're better than they are. Hey, also, fuck YouTube. We're better than you. As far as AI goes, you can't get AI bots on YouTube. That's why Twitter is far superior. But if it worked, wouldn't everybody be fucking doing it? Like, I've been hearing about these AI trade bots that you can fucking get, blah, blah, blah. If there was a significant advantage in trading with them, would we not be seeing people trading with them? And if it's
not people. You would think it's somebody. It's probably some Twitter account.
But come on, if there's let's words you get America. If I could hire a woman for 70 cents on the dollar, why would I ever hire a man again? Right? It's an incentive thing. So if there is a significant advantage in me, a person who's a not great trader, just using the AI trading, and it was much more successful, why wouldn't everybody be doing that? And okay, maybe that's the case. Maybe we're just all dummies and we haven't found it, even though it's been out for years. Okay, so why not? Is it the risk involved? What is it that deters people from saying, fuck this, I'm just going to leave it in the hands of the AI? Is it that we're crypto people and it's like, not your keys, not your crypto? Is it that we want to learn the skill? I don't think so, that one. I think people are just greedy, and if I could just use an AI trading bot and get rich, I would. Yeah. But if I could just use an AI trading bot and get rich, everybody would just do it. So they don't work. They just don't work. There's no way, or else we'd all be rich.
Now, okay, so let's talk about what do you think about the TradeMaster automated copy trading thing, where you just throw some money into your account and
I have a lot of issues
trades for you.
I have a lot of issues with the pitch that he's been giving in this space, and I've been respectful because it's yours. I haven't given him shit about it.
Well, yeah,
no, my bad,
feel free to. Yeah, if you guys got questions on that, go ahead and ask them. Ask me. That's
yesterday titties had to take the priority.
Oh God, somebody actually. There was something that was posted on the chat. Let me see. Shout out. By the way, I know that you did a halfway point, but you got me by 2 minutes. By the way, because I see the clock right now. It says 9:30. So I'm gonna double up. We're gonna double header that. And say thank you guys for being here. Sincerely, I appreciate you. Make sure you smash the like, hit the heart, do the things you got to do. If you want to come in and chat with us in the space, do that. Come and talk with us. It's real easy. Raise your hand, come to the stage. Just be respectful. Don't show some bullshit. And what was it? It was, man, shout out. Who got our gold? I know there was an issue with the gold medal today. My phone was acting weird. So I had a phone call with Mike Vollmer, who got the gold medal this morning. But I had a phone call with him this morning at like 6 a.m. and my phone kept fucking hanging up for some reason. It was really weird. My phone was acting weird. Also, when I scheduled the show, I scheduled it, but then it didn't show up. And I'm like, well, that's weird. So I scheduled it again. And the gold medal I think got screwed up. So I apologize, guys. But right now, that's where we're at. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. Man, I was looking for something and now I can't find it because you guys got so many. You guys are something about that. We were talking about something, and DJ Brian's gonna come up and talk about Tittycoin. I will tell you guys. I have
the AI. Something with the AI. or someone in the community was talking about something.
Like that could be an
Showing
AI
something.
agent, right?
It
I
could
get
be.
it.
You asked about the trade master thing, and then the
Uh-huh.
AI, and you said you was going to go look up something about something that got posted about Tittycoin or something.
Yeah, there
Or
was a
got
comment.
posted in
There
the
was a
chat.
comment. I don't. Yeah, there was probably more to it, but I know that there was a comment about the titty coin from Brian, and like it was funny how I just I wanted to just say sorry, guys. I didn't realize that we were being led astray. I thought there was actual altruistic behind all of that, and so
Yeah, it was. Listen, it was a good strategy. It was an effective strategy.
But moving forward, there's no just like no one can just come up and shill really, unless I know you.
I still think it's been a great coin for the strip club, but that's just me.
I feel
You're
like
not
it's
wrong.
already. I feel like it's already been one, right? Like I feel like that's already been the thing with like the QR codes and like that was the big thing in like I don't know 2018.
You don't remember Jugs?
Yeah, right?
You guys are too young for Jugs. Where's Davey?
Jugs? Oh God. But I think yesterday, well, that was a good reason why people aren't into the AI trade bots. It's because we don't know who built it, we don't know what's behind it, and there's so many people got rugged and burned over the between the last bull run and now that they're really skeptical about entrusting their future wealth into something that they didn't have any control over. And just like they might throw a moon bag in there and say, okay, yeah, ride with that, but their legitimate trading methodologies, I've got some friends and they're like, yeah, no, I'm doing this myself. If it screws up, it's my bad. Otherwise, you get a bunch of wash trading where it's like 10% and the charts are just level because it's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And they're the people that are looking to get the coins and see what's going on. They're just sitting there watching a TV show basically while somebody else is doing the work, and they can't control it. And they don't know if it's a rug or they don't know if it's secretly siphoning off little bits and pieces here and there. You don't know what's going on because we can't see the bot. We can't see what's going on in it for most of them anyway.
I mean, like
I know I'm not going to use them.
I mean that would probably be a deterrent for me from if you think about it. I going into this conversation, I would have no problem throwing say $5,000 into like a bot to just go wild and just see what happens. But now maybe I'm a little bit more skeptical, right? Because you don't know who's creating this. What's the motive? Are they going to be siphoning off things? Obviously there's a cost for all this stuff. Like, are they going to be, having access then to your coins and can just shut you out of it, build it up to what you think is going to be amazing. You go to, sell and move on. And it's like, nope, sorry, you've been honeypotted. Thanks for participating. It's like, oh, that would suck. Go ahead, Hash.
I see you down there, Trade Master Ninja. Also, Jim Dalton. That part to me sticks out. It's like, why? Where's he at? Where's he at?
What do you mean?
And well, I believe, unless I misremember, he's the person that they're basing this whole thing off of.
You're talking the pro trader guy.
Yeah, same thing. I think of AI and pro trader, same thing. It's the same. Like it's different risk exposure, and you can at least look into who a trader is and see their history and all that kind of stuff.
You know what? But we can ask. And I wonder if we can do like an AMA with the trader guy. If that would help.
It would help, but I gotta tell you, the odds are pretty slim. If I had to guess, wouldn't he be the one here talking to us if that was possible?
Maybe no, because some people aren't.
And
really
why would he? And why would he come out? Why would he come out with a? Why would he come out with a competing concept to all of the courses that are available on his website?
These are great questions to ask him. I have absolutely no clue.
Sure. But and again, like to take it back to the AI agent, same thing, right? It's like you were saying, like what? How do I even know anything? Right? It's like it's great, but like, how do I know that the program isn't going to change overnight? Or how do I know that like the keys are going to be my keys, right? Like if I have to put money into some exchange that I'm not the one controlling or pushing the buy and sell button,
I believe.
I think crypto people are just so skeptical of that.
I believe it's all self custody. I could be wrong, but I believe you're in control of your crypto at all time.
I think so. I've heard of a couple different kind of AI programs that do this, but like, yeah, the basic one, like, I don't know what exchange you use, but like the exchanges have their own AI trading bots at this point. So like, yes, I would be trading on my account with the AI trading bots help. And hopefully that would, but like I'm already exposed on the exchange, right? It's already not my fucking crypto.
So
it's already their crypto.
More hard on YouTube comments that it's decentralized on Hyperliquid. So
it's decentralized on Hyperliquid. Yeah, well, where's Richard E. P. Tardio? Fucking get that guy in here. Let's talk about Hyperliquid with that fucking LARP. I can't believe they hired a British actor.
I love when Hatch is fired up in the morning, by the way.
Richard E. P. Tardio, are you fucking kidding me?
Talk to me about this guy. I don't know who he is.
These are accusations that I have no basis for, but it seems appropriate. He's like some old English trading guy who's like, "Oh, I've just discovered crypto and come join my journey." His name is P. Tardio. R.P. Tardio. Okay. And he caught some motion. And it's interesting how when this old man, it's a good narrative, but like, oh, Ansem is in his fucking, replies, and Murad's in his replies, and all of a sudden he's promoting Hyperliquid and doing very well on it, talking about WIF. And he's a real man. I looked him up. He's a real person, but I'm pretty sure he's an actor for hire, allegedly. I mean, I think it's going to be great when I get to learn the story.
Okay.
But the chances that he's a 70-year-old English man who's been trading for 30 years and has just discovered crypto, I mean, we can only have one Ron's basement, and I don't think it's Richard P. Tardio. I'll post something of his up in the Jumbotron for you.
I need to see. I googled RP Tardio, and there's a lot of weird things that came up, some different languages. So it would be good if you posted it, so I had somewhere to navigate to. I see we got the Conrad up here. What's up, Conrad?
Hello. So is this a space to talk about like just market trends, or are we allowed to like discuss projects?
Oh yeah, market trends, man.
We're talking about market trends.
After yesterday, I mean, listen.
We're about to talk about 360 no scope, 420 blaze it, 111 million.
All right.
Oh yeah, we 2x from yesterday at JChains.
Golly. Wow.
Okay. Well, we've got a project, but I ain't gonna talk about it if it's not that. So thank you.
Oh my God! You said you got a project. I'll be quite frank with you. I really don't care about it. I care more about the market trends.
Yeah. Talk about the market.
That's what we're talking about.
Think? What do you think's happening? Who do you think's pulling the plug on it? Do you think it's the institutions, or do you think it's the countries, the governments? They're like saying, "Fuck them. Let's make it lower. Let's get in better."
Here you go. Yeah, you guys done scared them away.
On to the next speaker, JChains. My bad.
Can you hear me? You're a fucking legend.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I mean, I told him no shilling, but like I think he still wanted to try, and so I appreciate you stepping in there and basically saying, "Nah, brother, we don't want it." And hey, that's the way it works. After yesterday, after the titty coin debacle, there's no shilling unless it's been brought to my attention beforehand, so I know what we're talking about.
Unless it's VHS, don't forget to rewind your tapes, people.
Exactly. Be
or
kind.
Whatever your motto is.
Rewind.
That's the one. Be kind, rewind, like the fucking like the most deaf video.
There you go.
So I got a question for you guys. So with the AI trading bots, how would you feel if there was a project that came in that it did like one of the CertiK audits or something like that on a trading bot? How do you feel about those audits? You think they're BS or what?
At one point, CertiK audits was the gold standard, and for a reason. And then I feel after a while, it became a pay-to-play kind of thing with them. To be all honest with you, but at the same time, like it is what it is. It's a certification that at one point was the gold seal. That would be better than Jim Bob saying, "Hey man, click this link and let's make some money." I would definitely prefer something that has a reputation to it, that's been through some kind of vetting process. I would assume. but could be wrong.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple people out there that think the audits are just BS. I mean, exactly what you're saying before. Like I think they had a lot of credibility back in the day, but now they're just like, hey, if somebody's going to pay us the X amount of dollars to be on it, yeah, we'll certify it, and you can look pretty good. I mean, there's a ton of audit companies out there now. I mean, Certic is the top one, but I definitely got what you're saying, that it's pay to play.
I mean, but to be honest with you, like I say that, and it sounds negative, but at the end of the day, like that's life. Life is that way, and so, it is what it is. I'm trying to find what other projects would have gone through audits so we can see what some of the other ones are, because I think it says it on CoinMarketCap, right? If they've got any certifications, rating, no.
Dex Tools is a good one for that. If you use Dex Tools, they actually show all that stuff.
I love Dex Tools, man. I love looking at all my shitters.
The ISO certification would probably be the highest money transmitting or messaging system certification you could probably get right now as a world certification. I think there's about 12 cryptos that are on the ISO 9002.
True. Now, however, that is not, none of those companies would be doing anything AI related like that, right? Creating an AI trade.
Hedera has the Guardian service, which is probably one of the most comprehensive AIs tracking global climate change in the world right now. So yeah, there's definitely AI growing on those networks.
Climate change. Give me a break. I'm just
kidding. Hey, but they're watching you fart, JChains. Hey, if we can deter your farts in 2027, you're gonna make some climate change moolah, baby. Come on, let's go.
I will tell you, it ain't the
hold
cows,
those parts.
Man. It ain't the cows. But
hold those parts for change, baby.
So like, okay, that would honestly, so to answer your question, that would make me feel better. Would it make me feel like that's the absolute end all be all? No, but it would make me feel better if there was an AI trading bot for me that had a certification, 100%. And so I would participate. I probably would at that point say, all right, like if it's on CoinMarketCap, it has a ranking, it's got a certification, I would give it a shot. Maybe not go 100% in there, but I put a couple G's in there and see what happens, right? And because you've heard the stories, but at the end of the day, are they just urban legends? That's what we want to know. Man, that's it. We got nothing to talk about. No politics, no crypto.
So what kind of pizza are we planning on for Friday?
Oh, man, you know that, pepperoni. Unless we're feeling spicy and looking to make a change. It's been a while since I've had, to be perfectly honest with you, is a barbecue chicken pizza.
Pineapple's the best on pizza.
So good. So have you ever had linguiça?
We were talking about this. It's like a Portuguese sausage, right?
It's a little bit softer than pepperoni, a little bit spicier. Tastes a hell of a lot better.
All right. Well, we'll talk pizza on Friday.
If you can't get it, maybe I could overnight some in a freezer in a freezer thing or something. It's phenomenal.
All right, I'll check my butcher. The butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. All right. Is anybody doing any trading right now? Are you trying to trade this volatility? I saw some people posting some pictures of some shorts that they were in, making some fucking money. Congratulations. I am not shorting the market right now. I am possibly. Now, I know XRP is in a downtrend. I want to look at this really quick because there's a lot of people calling a lot of things about XRP, but it's technically
$10,000 a coin.
We are trading in a sideways channel on Bitcoin, and until we break below 92, I think we are okay.
Like close below 92 on the daily, or
yeah, even if it'll start to get a little dangerous once we just start dropping.
Yeah, we've got basically our lowest level of support looking like
93.3.
Yeah, I would say Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 93.5, 93.3, somewhere in there. That's where I would feel comfortable. If we go below that, I'm like, maybe it is time to fill that gap. Maybe because then we've got, still.
Well, there's another little support at 91, 90, 91 here.
90, I mean 91.231, but it's thin. Right from there, right after that, you see the market the volume just drops off until we get to basically fill that gap at 77.2. Like no shit, like no joke. I can share this tab so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Bada boom, bada bing. There you go. If you guys are watching the stream, make sure you smash the like button. Don't be stingy with your likes. I know that you guys are on X for whatever reason. You just can't seem to like a video, and that's okay. At one point, we'll teach you.
Because we're in the space.
Well,
if you posted the video in the Jumbotron, we could like it, but everybody in here is in the space, not in the video.
Well,
so they're not going to like the video.
Well, that's a really good point. But to the
I've been saying it for months.
To the 100 and something of you watching the stream, thank you. If you could just smash the like and hit the heart, do the things. That would be great if all of you did it at one time. That would maybe send us into another universe. Maybe
those aren't live chains.
What's that?
Those are total. That's total viewers, not concurrent.
I understand that, but just let me have my
okay.
All right, Hash.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let me think that I'm talking to that many people at the same exact time. Not that I know that it is a.
You probably are.
Not a meter.
We got 40 people in here. You probably got 40 people on the YouTubes. You're hitting it.
We're having fun. We're having a good time. For sure. So we were talking about Bitcoin, right? If I'm not mistaken.
You were looking for the gap. I think you were going to post up the gap.
Right. So here we go. I could do this. I will take a picture. Well, I should have probably drawn on the screen first, which I will do with the pen tool, the brush tool. As you can see right here, after this line, we have no support until we get, it starts to pick up. So there we go. I will send that picture to you guys. But if you're watching the stream, you see what I'm saying? Like the volume drops the fuck off. And so here at 77 something, you go from these little baby boxes to at least this right here. Here's where you get major support, starts at 68.9, which what would people do if Bitcoin dropped to $69,000? Would you freak out, or would you hodl, or would you have already sold? What would you do?
I think I would take out a loan.
Yeah,
I wouldn't use any of it yet.
No. You wouldn't buy coffee in El Salvador with Bitcoin at 69,000?
No, I would never buy coffee in El Salvador with Bitcoin ever. Seems like do we not learn from Laszlo? Don't buy shit with Bitcoin.
Well,
don't buy shit
at this point, nobody's spending 10,000 Bitcoin on anything other than maybe a mansion or a yacht. But
super yacht. I'm a buyer at 69.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a buyer at 40. I'm a buyer at 35. I believe in this thing.
That's the thing.
I believe in this thing.
100%.
Right?
You know where this thing's
so
going.
If you believe in it, then buy it.
You have to understand. Okay, so the volatility when we were at $60,000, right? There was a $10,000 candle when we were leading up to 69,000 or whatever it was the top at that one point, right? And so we saw a $10,000 candle at that point. We're going to be over 100,000. We're going to be 120, 130,000. If you don't think that we're going to see some crazy volatility, you're crazy. And there's going to be times where I think the whole point is to shake people out, thinking like, oh, this is it. But I'm fairly certain that what we're seeing is how the bull run is going to extend, that we are going to see times like this. And so we're going to have to find ways, in my opinion, to prepare for moments like this, in times like this, because in order for the bull run to extend like it should through, I would say maybe into the fall of 2025, maybe a little bit later, late H2. We're just going to say the bull run's going to go into H2, maybe late H2, 2025. And so that being said, thank you, Sweet, for that, by the way. I am a big fan of using H's versus Q's. I don't know about you, Matthew. I know you're a stickler for some things. I would love to know your opinion about that in particular, if you've got time today to tickle my fancy. So if you can pop up here,
Matthews must be laughing, right? Because he's the one, if I remember correctly, he had to put all that money for that business deal.
Yeah.
At 106,000 Bitcoin, and he was like, "Oh, hoping for that dip." Well, you got a little one. You got a little one.
This could be, this could be good for business. That's for sure. And you never know. Again, looking at the CME futures chart at this point from where we're at today, and again, we could slow bleed this thing out from where we were last week to where we are now. So we're still 15%. So it's probably not going to happen. That's actually to the top of the gap. Let's.
Hey, JChains, if you don't mind, using the Fibonacci extension is usually typically what I go by for these breakout and retracements. So the 618 is usually the retracement, which is $91,950. If we stay above the 618, should be healthy. The more we dip below that, looking less healthy.
Perfect.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
I am so glad that you said that, because that's exactly, somebody had brought virtual to me. Virtual's protocol. This thing's been on a rip lately, absolutely. But in my opinion, due for a major correction. It's up right now, flirting with the 382, right? And so I got this thing marked in the 618. I'm going to scoop this thing up, or at least start paying attention again when it comes down here. Obviously, it's got a chance to break through there and go down below it. But knowing that that's the golden zone for that shit, like. For that particular coin, knowing how much hype is on it and kind of where it's headed, my whole idea is let's find this thing in the 618, really figure out what the plan is from there, and then watch this thing right on off to Valhalla, baby. Go ahead, Ash.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Bitcoin should follow the same shit.
All right. I'm into it. I'm into this. I like it.
So if we touch 92, don't shit the bed, don't panic, don't sell everything, don't fucking short the whole. Don't short the whole system just yet.
That's going to be probably time to go long, man. Like, this is that opportunity. Like, I've always said that I'm not that guy, that I don't have the patience for it. But I think that, so I've been practicing, and I say practicing because I have been at doing 10x leverage instead of 25x, because I've got to learn that this is okay and you can still make some money doing it. And so my goal is, you still look at some of these charts. You look at, the weekly chart, you look at the daily chart, and some of them are still trending down, right? So we're not broken out of the pattern yet. I don't have to catch the bottom, but I want to catch somewhere close to it, right? And then I want to 10x a trade for, a couple months into the bull run. I want to be that guy who does that, because I've never been able to do that, because I don't have the fucking patience, and two, I got PTSD like a motherfucker. We've all been in trades where you're way the fuck up. You look away for an hour, and then all of a sudden you're down. You're like, what? Why? We were going up. And so
trailing stop losses, JChains. Implement trailing stop losses. Implement trailing stop loss.
It's to me, as much as I love the concept, I'm not there. The stop.
Hold on. What if I called it trailing profit taking? Would you like that better?
Oh, tell me more. What is this?
Okay, so trailing profit taking is when you're up in the trade, right? Like you said, you're like, oh, you look at it and you're like, yo, I'm way up. You move your stop loss into profits that you would be happy with. And then if it goes below that, great. You can fucking enter another long. And if it doesn't, then you don't need to worry, because you're going to get your profits, because it'll close you out in profits.
And if it continues to go up, it'll, whatever that percentage is when you set it, like say you're up 20%, that limit order
no, I'm not. Right. No. There's no profit target here. It's just a stop loss target.
Listen,
so it's
I
not limiting
profit for like a stop loss and profit. I get that. You were talking about trailing, where I thought that shit, like if this thing pumps, it's going to go up with you. Like if you got a 20%
exactly,
set, like it'll keep you 20% from the top. Well, no, that doesn't make sense.
No. It's on the downside. So it's not on the top side, right? Because I changed the word loss to profit. It made it a little confusing. But no, it's still a stop loss, but it's a stop loss in profit.
Okay. Yeah. I know about that. I know. How
right.
To do that.
Yeah. I'm sure you do. For me, it makes it easier to sleep, because then I'm not going to ever be down on trade.
Yes. That's
right. Like when you wake up and you're in the red after being up in the green, that shit sucks. But if I wake up and I got closed out and made 30% profit, and now I'm like, ooh, there's another juicy long here, I'm going to be much happier than trying to recover my position.
Always. There's always another trade. I think at the end of the day, that's the most important story, is that there's always another trade. There's no need to get, you don't get married to your bags. Don't get married to your trade just because it didn't go your way. Get the fuck out as soon as
Not
you can.
always.
Not always.
Not always.
Listen, you guys know that I'm a firm believer of sometimes you got to let the market breathe. Like if you're like, no, like I got a feeling that, this thing is, you look at the charts and you see like, all right, we got that green candle with the wick. I think we got that reversal. It's come in. And then boom, it goes up. Sometimes it works in your favor. And that's always a good feeling. I was making another point.
Yeah,
I got really excited. I was telling a story about the winning trade, and I actually lost the point of the story. So my bad.
But you won. That's the whole
in our mind.
point.
In my mind, we all just won. We all just hit 100x long. We just hit it for a lot of percents, man. At least like 1,800% on 100x long. So we just got rich, all of us, right there in my mind, and so we won.
I hit 100x on 420 Blaze It 360 no scope token. But I sold long before.
Some when you first talked about it.
I wish that you see. Okay, here's the thing. I wasn't buying it at those levels. I already had it. Right. This is back to the altcoins. This is the comparison to altcoins, right? And look, listen, this is a shit coin. It's dumb. The only reason it pumped is because FaZe Banks fucking bought some. Like it's not. There's no sound technical shit going on here. But like altcoins, when you are buying it at a low and waiting for the pump, if you believe in it, right? Like for you, it's Ondo, right? Like you believe in Ondo.
Yeah.
And so to you, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does in the day to day, whether it's $2 or $1.40 or $1.25, you expect it to go to $20. And so you're accumulating at these levels. When it goes to 15, other people will be accumulating, but you probably won't be anymore.
Right. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yes, and you know what is funny, because again, it's hitting me as a both ways. As a trader, I do give a lot of bit of care into the day-to-day price, because that affects if I'm going to be trading or not. Or we're going to find a different coin. I do love to trade Ondo. It's one of those ones when it's going up, it sends you clear indications of when it's going to start going down, recollect itself, and then start going back up. And so to me, it's a wonderful coin to trade. Absolutely love, and I have just been having a great time trading Ondo. But as of the last couple of days, with this little drop that it's been doing, it makes it more challenging, because again, I see more. There's more potential to the upside than the downside. Like, where's this thing going to go? To $1? Maybe. Yeah, that's a good profit. But at the end of the day, like if something happens and the market reverses and you're caught in a short, you're going to get smoked out because it's going to rip. We're just on borrowed time. So I think shorts, unless you're in and out, you're scalping shorts. That's one thing. I'm not into shorting in a bull market. That's it. That's one of my personal strategies. That's all. Mike, what's up, brother?
Yo, GM. It's been a little busy morning. Just getting shit ready. I've been off sick the last 2 days, so I'm just getting my stuff rolling here. But yeah, man, no, we're just like where we were before this weekend, before this like pump up. We're kind of just where we were before. We're talking about we're gonna probably hit the CME gap. We're gonna go down, and if it does, it does. And like it's January. We're still so early in this market. Like you got to at least spring. Maybe sell in May, walk away. Who knows? But honestly, the more we have these healthy corrections, the better it is. If we're gonna go to $250,000, we're not just gonna be pumping, every week and every month, right? We have to have some really bad months. We got to shake them out. It's a lot of leverage in the system, and these resets are really good.
Yeah, 100%. And again, for people as who are veterans to the ecosystem and maybe have some dry powder, you use them as an advantage, right? It's you could get a little bit more for a little bit cheaper. That's it. Use it as an opportunity.
But just look at how like 1 week affected everyone's mood so much, right? Like just one fucking week, it's crazy. And then like for all we know, by the end of this week, we'll give you 103,000. Like who the fuck knows, right? Like just like day by day, take your trades day by day. Like what I'm doing right now is like I'm like you. I'm not shorting the bear market or the bull market. I am just like, okay, you know what? Like we're bearish. I'm gonna stay out. When we get frothy again, I'll hop back in. and I'll just, I'll chart my little bull pennants every time it goes up and makes a flag. I'll trade the flag and until I can't anymore.
That's hey, it's about knowing your strategy, knowing what you're going to help you win. And I commend you, brother. I'm the same way. Like I'm in a low leverage long right now. It's down $26, but fully expect it to catch back up. Right? It's just a whatever. But at the end of the day,
I am
like,
also in a low leverage long and down $6.
that's the good thing about a low leverage long, man, is that you don't even when it dips a little bit, like it's not as bad as you don't feel it as bad. Which obviously that's like a John Madden comment. And so but that was for the rookies. Low leverage is your friend. When you know what you're doing, spin it up. But I tell you what, we talk about like mistakes, man. Earlier in the show, we were kind of talking about that, and one of my little anecdotes was, I was stupid. I would on live streams put on 100x, just watch the market on like the 2 or 3 minute chart, and then just go long or short. Most of the time it's long. Again, I would just wait for a little dip and then go long with it. And it was like a fun thing to do, but it was stupid, right? Like you should never actually be 100x leverage. Like that's some cowboy shit. 50's fine. That's about as much as you should do, right? What do you guys think? You got a limit?
I use like 20 to 25 on Bitcoin, but I'm not doing long-term trades. I'm like scalping really, like maybe a day or two. I'll hold it. I'm just trading like a certain pattern, but I'm not like holding it for months.
Yeah. That's the well, I want to hold one for a month, man. I want to make sure that we find, like, once we know that we're out of the shit, that we're going to be moving up, because the next leg, because that's the whole idea, is to catch a trade right before the leg, because once you leg up, it's not coming back down, right? Like that's just the probability is very low that you're ever going to come back down to that level until after the bull market ends, right? Potentially. And so, with that being said, the whole idea, and I know that it's, it goes against the idea and the theory of timing the market, but you, in a sense, are trying to time something specifically because what's happening next. Like that's part of the plan. It's like, figure out, like, look at some of the spaces in between, pumps that we've had, and then maybe start to make a decision like, all right, this one was 20 days, this one was 14 days, this was whatever. And you're like, all right, let's average it out. And then at least just start to plan like, all right, this is where it's going, and try to figure out like, all right, I'm not saying put in your trading in advance, like that's silliness, but it's really just started to plan, like looking at the trades, looking at patterns, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we took you late. Apologies for that. I know you guys got something else to do. It's 10 a.m. So run, be free. I'll be back at 4 today, this afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you all for, if you joined on the space today, and especially if it was your first time. I know, Crypto Cracker, thank you. Interlink, thank you. It's been a while since, we've heard Mike. Appreciate you being here, brother. Hash, I love you. Frank, I love you. Doug and KT, my guys. If you sat in the crowd, I love you just as much. Thank you so much. And if you watched on the live stream, thank you. That does mean a lot to me. So go ahead, give yourself a pat on the back by hitting the like button on however you chose to digest this video. Thank you so much. That is it for today. We will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for more Web3 Breakfast. Thank you so much. Adios, amigos. Let's go.